Alhamdulillahi wahdah, wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'dah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. We continue with the lesson when the reflection on the hadith of Irbāḍ ibn Sāriyah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Right? This we did take another Shubuhat today. We then say the Salafism, we get Madkhalism, Salafiyya Madkhaliyya, or Salafiyya Jamiyya, or Salafiyya Raslaniyya. طيب. Firstly, Sheikh Aman Al-Jami are from the Imams of this Ummah, with them na Ethiopia born, na do hijrah na Saudi, study na Saudi, then study na Egypt, then later sit on na Saudi. They teach people them the Sunnah inside the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Masjid and Jamiatul Islamiyya bil Madinatul Nabawiyya. In the 1990s, the Gulf War, Iraq, Kuwait, when this war come, this issue come, this ikhtilaf come, that time day, Sheikh Muhammad Aman Al-Jami, one of the scholars will say, for make, they call the people into the Aqidah of Ahl Sunnah, winner, for listen and for obey the leaders them, and for return the affairs to the leaders them. Naam. Like Allah say, وَإِذَا جَاءَهُمْ أَمْرٌ مِّنَ الْأَمْنِ أَوِ الْخَوْفِ أَذَاءُوا بِهِ وَلَوْ رَدُّوهُ إِلَى الرَّسُولِ وَإِلَى أُولِي الْأَمْرِ مِنْهُمْ لَعَلِمَهُ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَنبِطُونَهُ منهم. طيب. Allah say, if they get any affairs, وَإِذَا جَاءَهُ أَمْرٌ مِّنَ الْأَمْنِ وَالْخَوْفِ, security, peace, or fear come, أَذَاءُوا بِهِ, they spread them, they talk, all man they talk you. وَلَوْ رَدُّوهُ إِلَى الرَّسُولِ, if they return unto the Prophet, that the Prophet be their life, now we know they are alive to the Sunnah of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. وَإِلَى أُولِي الْأَمْرِ مِنْهُمْ, or the scholars and the leaders, the way they get the ulul amr, humul ulama wal umara, the scholars and the leaders them. The people they want the scholar and they for don't know what for do, what for talk. The scholars them, they know which them for talk, which them they know they talk, what for talk, when they talk, what they talk. Naam. The scholars them, the leaders them, they know which them they make action. They know which them they know for make action, they know for take action. So when this Gulf War come, Sheikh Muhammad Aman Al-Jami rahimahullah, it be very severe for calling the people and for listening to the ulama and the umara them. And for make them be firm and make them unite for fight against the enemies of Islam and the Sunnah. So the Ikhwanis and the Khawarij then call and say Al-Jami, that anybody they call to within the call to this person a Jami. Then this na the Jamiyah. Then the Madkhaliya, Sheikh Rabi ibn Hadi al-Madkhali, we passed away last year around June to July, rahimahullah ta'ala rahmatan wasi'ah. Sheikh Rabi ibn Hadi al-Madkhali, now from the scholars of Ahl Sunnah of this time particularly, and now from the scholars of reviving the Sunnah, scholars of Jarh wa Ta'dil of we time. Sheikh Rabi, he refutes Sayyid Qutb, Hassan al-Banna, Safar al-Hawali, Salman al-Awda, Arifi, and the likes of them people there. Abdurrahman Abdul Khaliq, the Ikhwan is there. Sheikh Rabi ibn Hadi al-Madkhali, he refutes them. He refutes them people there. He refutes Sayyid Qutb. He writes plenty books for refute Uda Sayyid Qutb. For refute Sayyid Qutb. So the people of Bidah, the Ikhwanis, as we know, Sayyid Qutb na Ikhwani, Sayyid Qutb, they make takfir upon Uda, upon the Muslims then generally, they make takfir upon the Umara them, the leaders them. This now da Sayyid Qutb. So the Ikhwanism, then they accuse Sheikh Rabi as a Madkhali because of what they call to for listening and obeying the leaders, not for make takfir on the leaders, like how the Khawarij then do, where the Ikhwanis na the modern day Khawarij them. So now they accuse and say now what in namad khali. So if you call the people for listening and obey the leaders them, they say you namad khali. As we don't take in these lessons, this series what we take so the hadith what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, usikum bitaqwallahi was-sam'i wa-ta'a, for listen and for obey the leaders them. So the imams there, the scholar there, then call the people them for make them listen and obey the leaders them in righteousness. If the leaders they make mistake, then they make mistake, they not for follow them for the mistake what the leaders they make. But at the same time, they not for go out against the leaders them in demonstration, in protest, and revolution like what happened na Egypt 2011, what happened na Iraq, what happened na some of the Islamic countries them in the past years them. So the Mashayikh of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, specifically Sheikh Rabi of we time, it be very severe and warn against the aqidah of Sayyid Qutb for make takfir on the Muslims then unjustly without a proof. So the column say, Namad Khali. Say Namad Khali. They say it don't bring a new sect. It don't bring a new sect. Then the accuser say, it make tabdi bighayri haqq. That it put people inside Ahl Sunnah without just cause. Una read Sheikh Rabi ibn Hadi al-Madkhali in books them. Una read Sheikh Rabi in books them. Now that make Sheikh Rabi talk for himself. He say, una read me books them. Anybody will see anything doing a mistake, then can't tell me before the dialogue will correct him. This now that statement. Sheikh Rabi ibn Hadi al-Madkhali. He say, una read me books them. Una read me books them. Anybody will see Isa me books them. Any mistake, any error, do you let it counter to me so that I will correct her before I go die. This now that Sheikh Rabi, when the accuse say, he bring a new deen. For make we listen and obey we leaders them. This now from the foundation of Ahl Sunnah. Sheikh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah say, min usuli Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, or aslu min usul Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, as-sam'u wa ta'a li wulati al-umuri fil ma'ruf. For listen and for obey we leaders them in righteousness. This now from the foundation of Ahl Sunnah. The Quran called to that, as we don't mention in past lessons, the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. We now believe in obey Allah and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the leaders them amongst us. Inside Sahih Muslim, Al-Imam Muslim, he put a book we call Kitabul Imara. That book there, or that chapter inside the book, they talk about waiting the ahadith for listening and for obey we leaders them in righteousness. Not for come out against them. From the hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, Man ra'a min amiri shay yakrahu falyasbir, shay'an yakrahu falyasbir. فَإِنَّهُ مَنْ خَرَجَ عَلَىٰ أَمِيرِهِ فَمَاتَ مِيتَةً جَاهِلًا أَوْ كَمَا قَالَ صلى الله عليه وسلم. If anybody will see something from a leader we hate, let it be, let it patient. Because anybody will come out against a leader, a go die, that person don't die the death of Jahiliyyah. So, if this not the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam they talk, so that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam instead of Madkhali, instead of Najami, طيب. Shaykh Islam ibn Taymiyyah, Bal al-ulama al-qudama, the scholars, the past scholars, then they call for listening and obey the leaders in righteousness. If the leader called to something na sin, we know we obey and that sin the way called to. But at the same time, that not for make we come out against some in the other things that we call to when our obedience. La. That make Al-Imam al-Barbahari, Ibn Battah, he say, من السنة يعني من عقيدة أهل السنة الصبر تحت سلطان جائر ولزوم طاعته في المعروف. ذكر هذا في الإبانة. He say from the foundation of the Sunnah, and we listen and we patient in the leaders the way they rule, even our wicked leaders them. Then we stay under their obedience in righteousness. قال النووي, الإمام النووي say, أجمع أهل السنة على وجوب طاعة الأئمة في غير معصية. The ulamas of the Sunnah then gather together for make we obey the leaders them, يعني in righteousness. طيب. Al-Imam Ahmad say, As-Sam'u wa ta'a lil-a'imati fi ghayri ma'asiyah. They say for listening for obeying the leaders them in righteousness. In righteousness. Al-Imam Tahawi, they say, wa nara as-sam'a wa ta'a li-a'immatina wa ulati umurina fi ghayri ma'asiyatin. They say, I must for listening and obey, we leaders them with the rule we, as long as sin not they in that. Right? Look this. This now the scholars they all don't pass the statement them. So that means when they talk say Al-Imam Tahawi na Madkhali, Najami, Al-Imam Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah Najami, Imam Ahmad Najami. Imam Ahmad, when the fitna to khalq al-Quran, mihna to khalq al-Quran, when the Mu'tazila, they say the Quran na creation, not the statements of Allah. When some of the people of the Sunnah, because of the hard punishment that they put by the Imam, then come to Imam Ahmad, then come tell us, say, do you allow come out against this fire? Where this leader here? What did Imam Ahmad say? Imam Ahmad say, we're not patient. Even though they punish him, they say they beat Imam Ahmad. If in an animal left or don't knock, that knock or they knock Imam Ahmad, it die. It for them. Naam. But Imam Ahmad, when they come to us, say, let we go, let we come out against people. Imam Ahmad says, una listen and obey. Una listen, una biya. Una biya. Because this man, nami one they punish. But if una can't come out against her, so take it for punish more than 1,000 people. So take it for kill more than 200 people. Right now, you not kill nobody. Nami nobody punish, even though they kill some of the people, they salaf them, where we say they farm upon the aqid of Ahl-Sunnah, like Imam Al-Khuzai and the others them. Imam Ahmad say, una patient, una biya. Una not come out against the leaders them. So then they accuse the scholars, they say, they accuse the Salafis, they say, the Salafis them, they say for listening obey the leaders them, even if the leader they talk with is not correct. La, you know, go ever meet a Salafi, go through upon a Salafiyah, where they tell you, say, you for listen and obey the leader, even if the leader tell you for obey this, for disobey Allah. You know, go ever meet that. Any side where the Salafi then they. Either on any side of the world, you know, go ever meet, they go tell you, say, let you listen and follow the leader, even if the leader will tell you wrong. La. But because of my people of desire, that they follow misguidance, now the desire that they follow, then say within, una na jami them, una na madakhali them. See, they Sierra Leone. Because certain people are the same thing when they say the same thing. Now, at least one of them, they talk, say, he say, the Salafi them, the madakhali Salafi them, the scholar that they want against them. Who's scholar they talk about? Then Bidah scholar they talk about. Because they don't want against the Salafis them. Now, make if you really call somebody madakhali, be careful, no, you don't accuse them wrongly until you know. And just tell like whether they accuse the Salafi of being Jahmis, Mujassima. The Ashaira, they say the Salafi they're outing, na Mujassima. The Rawafida, they say the Salafis and the Ahl-Sunnah na Nawasib. That is why Al-Imam Abu Muhammad Abu Hatim, he mentioned his Aqidat al-Raziyain, he say, from the way of the people of Bidah, al-waqi'ah, then they accuse, then they slander the people of Sunnah with names. They slander the people of Sunnah with names. Now, like when they slander Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, if you call to Tawheed, you want against Shirk, they say you're Wahhabi. You're Wahhabi. You call to listen and obeying the leader in righteousness, they say you're Madkhali, you're Jami, you're Raslani. You call the people that for make the whole farm, so the aqid of Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and in the names and attributes of Allah, they say you're Mujassima. You're Mujassima. So the people of Bidah are so then they. Bal al-kuffar, the kuffar them, when the Prophet they come to them, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, innahum kanu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, إذا قيل لهم لا إله إلا الله يقولون أئنا لتاركو آلهتنا لشاعر مجنون. When they tell they say for talk la ilaha illallah, what did they tell the Prophet them? Now we they call for today for this shair, this poet, and this musician, this Chrisman, this Chrisman. Fir'aun, what did he tell Musa? He say Musa no sabi talk. Musa no sabi talk. He nine better for talk, nine sabi talk. So they accuse the Prophet them. When they come to them people them, they kuffar them, begin accuse them of names them. Same way so the how do they call them? The people of Bidah, they say not the same thing today. When you call them to Sunnah, you call them to the correct deen, that they accuse you of names. وَلَكِنَّ الْإِبْرَةِ بِالْحَقَائِقِ لَا بِالْمُسَمَّيَاتِ. The consideration now within, not the reality, not to just names. If you call me Madkhali, why is that calling for listening and obey to the leaders? Then you say me Madkhali? لا بأس. إذا كان كذلك إذا أنا مدخلي. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam Madkhali, if not that not the case. For calling to Tawheed, they want against Shirk, mina Wahhabi, then no problem. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam na Wahhabi. For calling to for listening, for let you affirm the names and the attributes of Allah, like how they can Quran and Sunnah, not bring Bidah inside there, understand like how the Salaf they understand. Mina Mujassima to you, then no problem. Mina Mujassima, then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam na Mujassima too, because this is an accusation. If you accuse me of what you are called to because of a kind of Quran and Sunnah and that the Sahaba that they upon, then it like say they accuse the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam of the same thing, then you accuse Allah of the same thing. Ta'ala Allah. You therefore be careful, friend for yourself. Friend for yourself. Leave proudness, accept the truth. Leave your desire. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَسْتَجِيبُوا لَكَ فَاعْلَمْ أَنَّمَا يَتَّبِعُونَ أَهْوَاءَهُم. If they don't follow what you count, then you know say that the desire that they follow. ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاكَ عَلَى شَرِيعَةٍ مِنَ الْأَمْرِ فَاتَّبِعْهَا. Allah said, we don't make the Sharia for you. We don't put the Sharia for you. Follow the Sharia. Put the Sharia. Follow this Sharia. We Allah don't list this for you. Forget the people that opinion them. Forget the people that talk them. Follow the Sharia. وَلَا تَتَّبِعْ أَهْوَاءَ الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Don't follow the people who don't sabi the desire. Because what happened? إِنَّهُمْ لَا يُغْنُوا عَنْكَ مِنَ اللَّهِ شَيْئًا. They're not going to benefit you anything. 80 years, 60 years. Huh? Now they cancel you deen for. Huh? Because of 80 years, we get for spending, we get for 10 at the groups and they pass 100 years, 200, 300, 500 years. Allah say, will Allah protect we. So these are some of the Shubuhat them, where the people of Bidah they can bring deception and for not for accept the truth and for promote Bidah. Ask Allah Ta'ala, let Allah make these lessons and be an eye opener to the people who say they accuse the Salafis them and we're not there upon guidance, let Allah guide them. Let the Almighty Allah put this lesson in our skill and grant you sincerity. This is not the ending of we lesson when a reflection on the hadith of Al-Irbāḍ ibn Sāriyah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. We ask Allah Ta'ala, let Allah accept them for we all, let Allah give you sincerity, let Allah keep we firm. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.